Golden Geeks.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to what will unreasonably be called the greatest show ever broadcast across pixelated realities in the universe. Welcome to Golden Geeks. I am your host, Simon Gregory, alongside my co-host, or the host with the most, if you will, Jamie. How we doing there, buddy?
Hey ho, everybody. See? Little tease for what we have coming up today, huh? How are you, sir?
Doing well. Welcome.
It's been a minute.
It has. We've had some ups, some downs. We've been all over the place, both of us. And when I say all over the place, I'm really just talking about you because I haven't left my house. So yeah, no, you're all over the place. No,
correct me if I'm wrong. I believe this is what are we on? Episode 9, right? 9. We're about to hit double digits. Very exciting. I feel like we've started to get our feet. We're starting to get the hang of this podcasting thing again. Like I said, we're both a little out of practice. Well, me more than you.
And technology changes so fast that we started off doing it one way, and now we're doing it a completely different way. And it's just wild.
It's funny. Last night, I apologize for anybody watching or maybe even somebody listening. I'm raspy today. I look puffy and tired. I don't know what the hell is blooming here in California right now. But whatever it is, I'm massively allergic to it. So besides the ongoing annoying drumbeat of chatting with you every 2 weeks, I've got like this pulsating brain fog today from allergies and allergy medicine. But yeah, the last couple of weeks we got through Memorial Day. Cheryl and we actually went to San Diego. Went to a San Diego Padres game. We got tickets to the Padres. I want to see Petco Stadium. Now, do you know anybody? I'm not one of these people, but I have a couple of friends who they've made it their mission to go to every major league ballpark.
I don't have any of those friends.
Yeah,
but I know
I have a couple
people like that. Yeah,
there are people like that, and one of my really good friends, he's done that. I think San Diego's still on his list. I'm more of if I'm in a city with nothing to do, I will go to any sporting event. If you call me with tickets to, disappeared. Oh, there we are. I've been to polo matches. I don't care about polo, particularly rugby. But if you say to me, I've got tickets to a sport, I will go. So if I'm in a city, I'll go to any game. So I went to a Padres game. Beautiful Sunday afternoon game. Great stadium. As we all know, I'm a diehard Boston sports fan. I don't want to speak ill of the hallowed halls of Fenway Park, but I got to tell you, it's really nice being in a stadium where the concourses are wide enough for more than 3 people to walk through at a time. The seats aren't made of 1918 wood and actually face the field. They have these weird things at Petco Park called cushions, which are staggering when you sit there for 9 innings. But like I said, it was a great day in the food service. I'll have to post some pictures on our socials. Let's see, we ate mini donuts. We had nachos. The food was ridiculous. But my favorite part is we sit in our seats, and again, I don't really care about the game. Padres are playing the A's. I'm just there to watch baseball and sit down in our seats, and we have decent seats behind home plate, maybe 12 rows back behind home plate. Seats in front of us are kind of empty, so we got a great view. And there were 2 couples behind us. And my wife has a saying that I've stolen, and she actually got it from a fellow named Todd Fisher. We call it a Fisherism. And the Fisherism is there wouldn't be stereotypes if people didn't live up to them. This young lady behind me, she lived up to the stereotype of mouthy chick who has no interest in sports who went to a Sunday afternoon game. And, over the course of 4 innings, I can tell you everything you want to know about her job, about her date that didn't go well, her sister's upcoming wedding, why she doesn't like the bridesmaids' dresses, the museum she volunteers at, the fundraiser they're doing. Why do I know all this? Because she never stopped bleeping talking for 4 innings about anything other than baseball. It was she was like one of those pull toys. And I hate to say it, this is mean-spirited of me. She also kind of had one of those voices that was mildly annoying, piercing. So you couldn't even tune her out. It was a constant just, and I'm like, oh, and Show can see me starting to get hot. So then 4th inning's fine. 5th inning, kind of in front of us, a commotion, and the 2 fellows who are sitting in front of us finally take their seats 5 innings into the ball game. Okay. I believe the one on the left, sitting directly in front of Cheryl, he was the love child of a Yeti and a Sasquatch. Literally couldn't see beyond him. He was that big in front of us.
Massive.
Ginormous. And the best part was every time we would kind of lean to watch the game around him, he would lean in the same direction.
It was like he was
see the actual fields. That's where we watched the rest of the game. But no, so that was our Memorial Day weekend, and I ate way too much that weekend. Oh, we went to one of those Italian restaurants where they do the tableside pasta, where they bring out a giant wheel of cheese. Okay. They use a blowtorch to melt the cheese.
Ooh, wait a minute now. This
dump the pasta in, swirl it around, and then oh yeah.
Oh, this sounds exciting to me. And what do they give you? They give you pasta. They give you. I know what you're talking about. They give you the pasta. They give you all that stuff in there, like the veggies, everything in it. Oh, that's good.
What veggies? What are veggies? No veggies.
They don't put no broccoli or anything in there.
Why? Why ruin a good meal with a vegetable? No, it was like ours was like bacon and it was ours. Yeah. My cardiologist is like texting me daily now, just like, dude, really? Oh, then last story about San Diego. We go to one restaurant, very trendy, like a rooftop restaurant. Oh, what the hell? It was called the Kettner Exchange. And of course, I was making jokes all weekend about my good friend Jim Kettner from the wrestling world. That we were at the Kettner Exchange. So right as we get in, we're kind of waiting for our table in the entryway, and all of a sudden, probably about 12 to 15 young women come in, all dressed in red.
Okay.
Except for one who's in white. It's obviously a bridal party.
Oh boy.
Okay. And the theme must have been bridesmaids dressed in red, bride is in white. And one after another, these girls keep coming in like groups of 2s and 3s as they're all arriving. They're all probably my daughter's age. They're probably in their mid-20s.
Okay.
They're all in sky-high heels, skirts that are barely covering their buttocks, and or dresses cut down to God knows where. And they just keep multiplying. And I give my wife Cheryl credit. Obviously, when this happens as a guy, you notice. And Cheryl's approach is mostly to mock me.
Just to mock you mercilessly?
Yes, in that situation. Like, so we're there, and obviously, and so now, literally, their group gets called. Hi, bridal party, yay. And they say, oh, party for Jamie. At least it was a rooftop restaurant. You had to go up this set of stairs. So, of course, this entire bridal party starts walking up the stairs in front of me. I'm following behind them. They've all got skirts.
Oh, come on
cut
now.
Up to their... I was able to see more butt cheek and more things you're not supposed to see in, the however many steps going up. And now all I'm doing is I'm like, they're your daughter's age. Stare at your feet, brother. Stare at your feet, brother.
Down.
Stare at your feet, brother. So I'm like
glad
staring.
I'm not the only one going through
I'm
this.
burning a hole through my Adidas right now, just trying to walk up these stairs and not look at anything untoward in front of me. So we get up there. Sure enough, they sit on like the big banquette, right? Like the big around the edge of the patio is like on the balcony. And where's our table?
Where?
Like right across from them, staring them down.
Ain't that something?
So God bless my wife. Just like this, she goes, why don't I take the seat that's facing them? Otherwise, I don't think you're going to make it through this meal. I'm like, thank you, Lord Jesus. Oh my God, yeah.
So that's how you got through it. I like to blow my own spot.
Do you?
Yeah, essentially.
In what way?
What I do is, if I get into that situation, and I know I'm gonna get caught, right? I know it's gonna happen. I blow the spot by making a comment that lets her know I absolutely noticed. I freaking noticed. But I act like I'm trying to do it way above, like, high tier. Like, I say something like this. I say something like, what's going on with girls' shorts these days, right?
Oh God.
They're Have you noticed how much shorter they are, Bane? I mean, you don't wear shorts that short, could you? Could you? I mean, you wouldn't do that. And then she'll start going on that, and then I blow my own spot, and then I can get away. I can, you know what I mean?
You're like a living progressive commercial. You're that commercial of don't turn into your parents. You're that to me was I'm like, young lady, you're that skirt should be longer. You know, it's also changed because now,
yeah,
like
well,
I said,
yeah.
they're my daughter's age. Oh God.
Well, that, and I have some of that too, where I get a little mad, but then I think to myself, no, ladies are supposed to be able to be ladies, and they can do whatever they want now. I don't know where I try to walk the balance because listen, I love titties. I'm not gonna break it. You know what I mean? Like I'm not.
Yeah.
What am I gonna do? Like I gotta just kind of stay and figure it out. I guess that's it. And
So,
they
yes,
keep getting better too. I don't know what they're doing to improve these things, but they keep making them better every year. Do you notice that?
Yeah, every New Year model
some reason
has improvements over last year.
Yeah, for some reason they keep improving over the last year every year.
Great. Top 10 conversations I won't be posting on our social media feeds. This is clearly going to be number 3 that I will never post. I'm off. So let me ask. Well, I'm off gallivanting and eating and drinking in San Diego. So what have you been printing on that?
Oh, I don't leave the house. Yeah, so I don't leave the house now. So the printer
cool was in air quotes. What cool things are you printing now?
Well, first of all, I have something that I'm going to show that's going to be there. You're going to be very excited to see, and I have to hold it though. I'm not gonna put that out, but I will show you some of the more functional items, and I mean, we've got bullshit items, we've got functional items here, but like the reality is, we've got a couple of different levels of stuff. So first, I printed quite literally a VW lamp. This is a lamp where you put the light inside and boom. Now you can mount that right on the wall and you're good to go. You've got a lamp there. I've got you weren't impressed. I can tell you're not impressed by
No, I asked you, do you have a Volkswagen?
Yes. Oh boy. So this was perfect because Mel loves her Volkswagen more than she.
Okay, that makes sense then.
She in fact loves her car more than any human being I know, and frankly, more than any human being should love a car. If I'm being blunt with you, I feel. But yeah, so this is our Volkswagen lamp, and I made cup holders. I'm terrible with cup holders. So, okay. And this is an R, which is her car. Her car is a Volkswagen R.
Okay.
And then more functional. I was actually, so we've now got 6. This is our 6th spot on our hydroponic tower that we have printed, and I've printed it in the green instead of actually painting it green. Looks way better printed in green now. Loving this. You ever
So what do you do? You buy different like colored plastics? Is that what you do?
They're little rolls. Yeah, they're spools of filament is what I call it, but it's just plastic. Now, I have a lot of neon lighting around here. I don't know whether you've noticed that, but I got a lot of neon lighting. And one of the things that it's hard these are expensive. These are essentially light dispersers, where you put a rope in it and then you mount it on the wall. So the next time you see the studio here, this will be mounted up on the wall and the light will be coming through these down here. These are crazy expensive, even though they're just chunks of plastic. But this cost me like $3 to make, and somebody would have charged me just for this corner piece, or to fill the whole thing. They would have charged me like $200 for all of this stuff. So just the concept that you can do this kind of stuff, which shouldn't cost you nearly as much money, but it's complex, right? you can do that by yourself. I'm excited about that. So yeah, we're getting stuff done over here.
You are really leading into the geek part of the Golden Geeks.
Yeah.
When it comes to when we started this, I thought it was gonna be, hey, look at this cool statue I bought. Look, I bought a new action figure. No, you're just printing things.
Oh, wait a minute. And we talk about action figures. Jamie, it's coming. It's coming. I've got a couple in mind. So we will definitely be talking about the action figures that will probably be being printed. I sent you a link of something I wanted to print, which was like He-Man hair.
Yeah. Oh God.
And I was very close to printing that, but it's going to take 22 hours, and not for nothing. I mean, that's a little much in our house. I'm being told that I abuse my privileges with this thing now, so I gotta keep it quiet. You know what I mean? I gotta be careful with this thing.
So wait, why am I asking follow-up questions?
Yeah, you keep asking follow-ups, you're going to get follow-up answers. I tell you.
So how long do you say? 23 hours to print it?
Yes. So to print this,
and that's just much too much, is what you're telling me.
Well, no. The He-Man hair. You see what I'm talking about here? And it was legit. Like, you could actually not only print this but wear it. This would be a wig that I could wear to He-Man. That's what I was thinking we were going to make happen, but no, no.
I'm really glad that for you. I'm really glad that didn't happen for you.
You're really glad that this He-Man hair didn't happen for the old Chrome Dome? No?
Oh God. Look, I support your craziness of 3D printing, from Mario plants in the background to VW lights. Great. You do you, my friend. This might be where we have to draw the limit.
Fair enough. I can see.
Yeah.
I can see how somebody would say
no bueno.
Well, it was that. There was a trap jaw one that I found too that I thought was killer.
No.
I shouldn't make a helmet of any kind. No. Okay.
Now,
fair enough.
If you want to plan ahead, I'll give you permission. I will give you permission.
Okay.
Well in advance, you can plan your 23-hour print jobs.
Yep.
Halloween, like leading up around Halloween, you do you, man.
But just
you want
during
He-Man,
the week?
But you can't be the guy that makes 3D printed, He-Man hair to wear the AMC in, East Bumbletoot, Carolina.
I thought we were all about owning it. I was just gonna. own it. No, but that's too much.
There's owning it, and then there's no. Oh wait, that's amazing.
That's amazing. There's so many. I was telling you about the.
Yeah.
These are cool, inspired by.
Yeah.
Things. So yeah, let's. I like that one.
All right. Our next goal is we got to get you out of the house a little bit more.
You no, thank you. No.
You know
what they got out there? They got people out there all the time. You got to deal with these things.
Of Pop Culture Pulse. What's happening in the world of pop culture? And ironically, if you do decide to stay in your house for the rest of the summer, Summer TV is bringing back 2 fan favorite competition series, and both are packed with plenty of geek appeal. America's Got Talent has returned with the new season of invention, magic, jaw-dropping stunts, and performers hoping to earn that coveted golden buzzer. You never know when the next viral sensation will take the stage. Season 21 of America's Got Talent set to debut on NBC as we produce this episode. Simon Cowell, Sofia Vergara, Howie Mandel, and of course my favorite Spice Girl, Mel B, are the judges once again. Also on NBC coming back, American Ninja Warrior is back.
Ooh.
With those crazy athletes tackling the obstacle courses. It's like jumping on platforms, swinging over water, just all that kind of stuff. It's like a live action video game. So whether you're into epic feats of skill, superhuman athleticism, or just watching ordinary people play with puppets, both shows are back. Now, do you watch these summer shows?
So America's Got Talent is something that I've always kind of been interested in but never watched. So if you were like, "Oh, we should do it for the show," I'd be like, "Yeah, I'll watch it for the show." But no, I've never really been like a I've never really been a talent show guy. And these shows are interesting. You know, the only one that I really did like is and nobody else liked it, Penn and Teller's uh uh Trick Us, Fool Us. Yeah.
Fool Us. Yeah,
I like that. I love that show. So
watch AGT when Nikki was younger, because it's like this is what its 21st season, and so it's been on since she was super young. I remember like we would watch it when she was like in that like pre-teenage. It was a good show to watch, and especially when we would visit my parents, we'd spend a lot of time with them over the summer. It was like a generational show everybody could watch. But again, I found it interesting. I actually watched something on AGT the other day, and they have like combined some of the most viral YouTube clips of all time. That's what AGT kind of got the hang of early on. That Simon Cowell said, no, it makes sense for us to release our clips online. Yeah. Because people are saying, why are you going to give it away for free on YouTube? And he's like, no. If you do it, and that's where you see some of them getting literally billions with a B of views. That's pushing the attention to AGT. So they want so if you are going to stay in, those are two options for you. Another option, but for you and other fans of WWE who are looking for wrestling experience in person this summer, you're back in luck, because WWE has announced the return of select live events, better known to us longtime fans as house shows. Obviously, Raw, SmackDown, premium live events, those get all the attention. But I've always loved house shows. Those are non-televised shows. No cameras, no commercials. And you get to see this, the workers and the superstars in a more loose and intimate setting. So again, I remember going to house shows in Lowell and Manchester, New Hampshire, even in Boston. I will tell you, if you're a fan of WWE and you're in an area where a house show is coming, go check out a house show. I actually like them more than televised events. And one of the things about it is, I was just texting with somebody the other day, if you watch wrestling right now, we actually have Becky Lynch and Sol Ruca. And if you notice, they're having an issue right now as they're bringing up this younger talent. The matches aren't smooth. There are a lot more, some people call them botches or some miscues. And a lot of the talent and a lot of people in the industry are saying it's because there aren't house shows anymore. For people who don't understand wrestling, a lot of times what would happen is, let's say when you're getting ready to see, we'll use one on the screen, Becky Lynch and Sol Ruca on a pay-per-view or on a PLE. Normally what would happen is those two would face each other on untelevised house shows for a few weeks leading up to their pay-per-view match. Now, it might be in tags, it might be in impromptu matches, so they're not giving away, but they would do those non-televised matches at house shows, literally so the workers could get used to working each other. They could iron out the kinks so that when it gets to the pay-per-view, they're ready to go. Alternatively, on house shows, you tend to see some of the younger talent or the non-featured talent. Again, that's what they get used to, working a ring, working in front of a live crowd, so that when they get to the TV or when they get to the PLEs, they're smoother, they're more polished. And I really think in product, you can see the effect of not having the non-televised house shows has happened on the in-ring product.
You're 100% right. I mean, not only can you see it, but there's no way to hide it in certain ways. Correct. Right? Like, we could take Obafemi. We've seen Obafemi. Let's not be picking on Sol Ruca here. She's great. No. She does great job. But the reality is, even Obafemi, getting him out there with Brock Lesnar on WrestleMania, it was great. It covered up a ton. But then, you get him to Italy and stuff starts falling out and you start seeing things. And frankly, it's stuff I didn't want to see of Obafemi yet. And now I can't unsee it. So I agree.
I was watching Raw the other night, and they did two King of the Ring qualifiers, a men's and a women's.
Yep.
In the men's match, it was Oba, Carmelo Hayes, a former Chaotic guy, Penta, and Solo Sikoa. And early on in the match, there was just missed timings. It was guys waiting, and you can see this is unfortunately when TKO made the decision to get rid of house shows. purely for financial reasons. They don't make enough money to justify their cost.
Yep.
But it sounds like somebody in there has finally said, "Hey, wait a minute, we've got to fix this because the stuff you do want to be making money is starting to suffer. Your end product's starting to suffer." But check out house shows. I've even had people here say to me, "Oh, Raw's coming to town. Are you going to go?" I'm like, heavens no. When we talk about sports, I always think Raw's better on TV than it is live because you don't realize how much dead time there is when you're at a TV taping. Mm-hmm. But house shows, I used to love house shows. So if you're in an area, go to WWE.com, check out their house show schedule.
About the good, let's talk about the War Raiders.
Yeah.
Ivar and Eric winning against Psycho Clown and oh man, I can't say the other guy's name, but essentially in AAA they won the championships. Mm-hmm. Now I feel if we're moving forward here, I feel that is the opportunity that they get to go collect some more titles and then have that run in WWE where they're title collectors. What are your thoughts?
Number one, I lovingly call Handsome Johnny or Ivar. I call him the cockroach of WWE. That man somehow survives every talent. I mean, knock on wood. God bless him. But no, it's really interesting. After they won, I was having a conversation that if you remember when they first kind of came to WWE to the main roster, they were promoted as having held all the major championships because they had at that point it was WWE, Ring of Honor, New Japan, NXT, everybody they consider. I'm not really remember if AEW was around yet, but I think that's the only one they haven't held. Now they've added AAA. AAA is really interesting. I think a lot of people were confused when WWE, whether they bought them or partnered with them or how that whole financial relationship works.
Yeah.
What I'm really happy for is guys like Handsome. I'm sure we're going to talk about Chad Gable in a minute.
Yes.
Ludwig. It's given them a place to work. That's still part of WWE, but it's almost more of that indie feel. Obviously, it's lucha style, but and in fact, I looked. AAA they actually do non-televised shows, and if you look at the matches that are getting all the buzz from the past week, it's this one.
Yep.
And it's the El Grande Americano versus El Grande Americano. That match got all the buzz to the point where they put that AAA match as their main event of Raw the other night.
Yes.
Because it got so much buzz that they made it their main event on Raw.
An amazing match, too, by the way. I personally, that's my favorite match of the last couple of years now. I love the setup. I love the way they worked with it. I just thought it was a great match. So yeah,
even
your
beyond
points
the
are
match,
being made.
The emotion they got from that crowd at the end with Chad Gable when he unmasked. He said something like, my name is Chad Gable. I competed for the United States in wrestling. Blah blah blah, and basically putting over. Here was a guy who in that situation, the crowd went crazy for him, and that's the guy that lost the match.
Yeah.
They built so many guys, and now to see a team like Eric and Ivar, the War Raiders. Yes, this is a great way to use guys. This is what your mid card should look like in a wrestling company to work, and it's just so weird that they're actually doing such a great job with AAA right now, and their main roster storylines and booking are stumbling a tad.
Well, you know who's in charge of AAA.
Mm-hmm.
And clearly, The Undertaker,
yeah,
being the one doing some of the understanding what's going on. I mean, clearly we're seeing a different level. It's interesting. This is good, and he obviously sees the right talent. He's looking at guys like Eric and Ivar. You said that Eric and Ivar, it's funny that Ivar's the cockroach, but the reality is there are guys in WWE looking at him going, "Yeah, we get it. We see it."
Yeah.
He's a leader. That we've seen that forever.
Handsome. He is, I think what works to his advantage is he's always a company guy. He's a likable fella. I think what you're seeing in AAA is currently AAA is what I call the old NXT effect. that way back when NXT started and NXT was so great, it was because Vince didn't care about it and he let them do their own thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what you're seeing with AAA right now is TKO doesn't care. So they're letting the guys that know what they're doing in wrestling run it. You saw that with Hunter in WWE for a while when there was Vince was in, Vince was out, TKO was coming in,
yes,
and Hunter was allowed to run the show. You saw what a product could be. He had done it in NXT. Now all of a sudden you're back in this realm of clearly with WWE main roster, corporate's back involved.
Well, and corporate must see NXT and go, no, we like that. They watch it in its little bubble, and wrestling in that bubble is different from wrestling there. You know, it's different from being in a perfectly sanitized training facility to going in front of a Mexican crowd. And that's what we saw here. Like, this match, looking at the match between Grande Americano and OG Grande Americano, I had said to you, I thought the wrong guy won. And the reason why I said that is because I expected him to unmask, the crowd to recognize who it was because they knew who it was anyway, but still accept him as Mexican. Still accept him even though he's German, technically, right? All of the things that he was saying, that's what I thought was going to happen. And then Ludwig would go on. But for me, this worked too. I loved the feel of this. You're absolutely right. Chad Gable can now walk away from this character, which he probably wanted to do a while ago anyway. I just think he's such a good heel for them at this time. Like, I don't know why he would stop doing this. What he was doing as El Grande Americano and leaning into that it's such a good heel for this time. To have mean American.
But sooner or later, your baby face has to go over.
I know. You're right.
I know you don't like it. I know what story you're very excited to hear about.
Wrestling.
No. Story. Our last story of the day.
Okay.
For all my Swifties out there, if there's one thing that you are great at, that you're better at, it's solving mysteries. And this week, all my Swifties out there, you were proven right once again. After weeks of speculation, Disney and Pixar officially announced that Taylor Swift will perform an original song for Toy Story 5. But now, this wasn't exactly a surprise for fans of T-Swizzle. Fans had already spent days dissecting myriad TS billboards, which you're kind of seeing. There was one right here in California, analyzing social media posts and hunting for hidden clues that seemed to point toward a major Pixar collaboration. And as usual, my Swifties were right. It started with a post on Taylor Swift's page that seemed to have 13 of the Toy Story clouds, 13 being Taylor Swift's favorite number. And the clouds clearly, then there was the TS billboard that suddenly had a CGI Jessie dancing in front of it. And of course, we got the news this week that the new song titled I Knew It, I Knew It, I Knew You was inspired by Jessie the Cowgirl and marks a return to Taylor's country roots. The track's going to appear in Toy Story 5, which reunites Woody, Buzz, and the gang for another adventure when they find themselves competing with modern technology for kids' attention. So whether you're a Pixar fan of Swiftie, a fan of Disney, or just someone who enjoys watching fandoms turn every breadcrumb into a full-scale investigation, here's one prediction that finally paid off. Are you excited? You excited for Toy Story 5?
You know, I'm excited for Toy Story 5. Toy Story 4 kind of bummed me out. I won't lie. Actually, I think Toy Story 3 bummed me out when we didn't watch Toy Story 4. But I'm excited. You know, Taylor Swift makes things a little bit different, makes things a little bit interesting, brings some fun. Maybe that's what we'll get back in a Toy Story story, and that's what I like in that. So that works for me. Am I going to rush to the theater to watch it? Probably not. But I will absolutely watch this when it comes to Disney.
Yeah, Toy Story 5 is clearly a wait for streaming for me.
Yeah. Next, I know the Pop Culture Pulse.
Well, speaking of Disney, don't you have a trip planned?
Hey, you know what? I do have a trip planned, and I'm excited about it. So the boss says to me sometimes, she says, hey, we're doing. And we got an email from Fort Wilderness saying, hey, we've got availabilities. Would you like to come stay at Fort Wilderness? We have we have a camper, and Fort Wilderness is basically the greatest campsite you've ever stayed at with your campers. So What we're planning on doing is kind of going down there, putting together some content. I'll
Yeah.
absolutely be bringing back some content from Disney and all of the nonsense that they do down there. But I had to go, and the
Wait,
second
wait,
she said we were going,
wait. Hold on. Fort
yeah.
Wilderness, right? Are you going to go to the Hoop Doo review?
Yes, yes,
There
we're
you
going
go.
to the Hoop Doo review. I've got the Hoop Doo review already set up. We're
Nice.
also going to take a ride over to Wild Kingdom. So one day we're going to rope drop Wild Kingdom, and
Animal Kingdom.
yeah, Animal Kingdom.
Yeah.
And from there we're going to go to the Wild Kingdom Lodge. So we have not ever
Ooh.
actually seen the lodge. We're going to
Mm-hmm.
actually investigate the lodge, under see exactly, kind of see whether it's even someplace we want to go. It's expensive to go there, to
Mm-hmm.
actually take that time and get those. So we want to see what's going on. We want to see whether maybe this might be the time that we prepare for that. Um, and then also,
Mm-hmm.
uh, we're still deciding
Yeah.
because we know what we're definitely doing, but we
Okay.
don't know what we're not going to do, right? We
Okay.
want to go to Epic Universe again. We were there
All
before.
right.
We went to Epic Universe for the grand opening.
Right.
But it was still kind of in flux, and I really loved the Dark Universe and the Mario Universe and things like that. So, we may go back to Epic Universe, or we might just kind of take a relaxing day, and on the day before, on Thursday, going to Hollywood Studios, and
Oh, cool.
we're going to go be a part of the grand opening of the Muppets Take Over the Rock and Roller Coaster. The Rock and Roller Coaster is a funny
Yeah.
story. Are you aware of like what went on with that and like how that all went down?
No. So educate all of us.
So they signed they signed Aerosmith
Right.
for a deal with that rock and roller coaster. But then at a certain point, the deal was up. They had to then pay Aerosmith every like they basically were stuck. They had no idea what they were going to do with it. So, they had to remove Aerosmith somehow. They chose to replace taking over the rock and roller coaster. It's got some of the coolest psychedelic paint jobs. The roller coaster itself is now, instead of just being a limo, it's a limousine taking you and the Muppets to the show. So yeah, it's gonna be pretty cool. We're excited. That was kind of my big deal. Yes, Rock and Roller Coaster is a cool roller coaster, but the Muppets, man, I love the Muppets. I know you're a big, huge fan of the
Yeah.
Muppets. Big deal. Animal was always my favorite Muppet. I was running
See,
around as a kid with that.
I'm so glad the Muppets have a home down there again because when they closed Muppet Vision 3D, that show, my heart crumbled. I remember I spent like half a day. People were posting like on social media their clips of the last show. And one of Jim Henson's daughters attended the last show that day.
Oh my God,
And
really?
and oh my God, it was heartbreaking to watch. And I'm so glad they found a home down there. I remember for a little while, I think it was where is it, over in Americana, I forget what the street is, but for a little while they had like little pop-up Muppets in another part of the park.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I'm not a big Disney basher. I'm a huge Disney fan. That being said, and look, I was just reading something the other day about Disney killed Star Wars. No, they didn't. Stop it. Their stuff with Marvel, whatever. I will argue, however, the one property that they've dropped the ball on,
Oh, 100.
it kills me. Um, there's such a solid fan base of every generation for the Muppets, and there's so much they could do. There's so much they could do. If you said to me, "What's your dream job?" Everyone would think, "Oh, he'd want to be Tom Brady." No. Oh, he'd run. No. If I had my dream job, I would be like the EVP at Disney,
Mm,
solely in charge of Muppets Creative.
yeah.
Because again, I've said to you before, we've had this conversation. I don't need to see another live action Disney remake see Snow White or see the upcoming Moana.
Yep.
Stop. I don't need to see those. You know what I would go see? Muppet versions of classic Disney. And
100%.
going with that formula of, I love the online game. And we actually play this. My daughter and I, with her roommate Quinn, her friend Quinn.
Go right ahead. Sorry.
But we play this game at dinner. And what we do is we cast movies where there's one human actor and everybody else is a Muppet. And then you get to guess, which Muppet. This is what we do all day. I would go see every Disney remake if it starred the Muppets.
Perspective, what's the core of the Muppets?
The core of the Muppets is, and again, I think Jim Henson's probably one of my personal heroes in life. I remember the day he died. For the longest time, I had the Life magazine with his tribute issue framed. There's a wholesomeness to the Muppets.
Yeah.
There's a wholesomeness to them, but there's also a reality to the Muppets. And when I ran Chaotic Wrestling for 18 years, the biggest comparison I always made was I was Kermit the Frog for 18 years in wrestling. I was just the straight-laced frog trying to put together a 90-minute show. And I was surrounded by a bunch of hairy, furry, loud, insane, crazy beings around me whose only mission seemed to be to disrupt what I was trying to do. The Muppets don't age.
Yeah.
One of the problems about real actors is, if we were to talk about the last Indiana Jones movie, Dial of Destiny, love Indiana Jones, probably one of my favorite cinematic characters of all time. When I went to see that last one, I don't want to see old Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
I want to remember him the way he was. Kermit's always going to look like Kermit. Foz, now the voice has changed slightly. That's another debate for another day. But like I said, it's that wholesomeness, it's that timelessness that really make the Muppets endure and endear.
So when I feel all of that, but when I think about the Muppets from my perspective, or like at a core, it's that blending of pop culture and cinema, right? To me, that's a huge core of the Muppets, and I like the idea that you're casting these movies, and it gives me this thought of like, about like music, like the music that can come into something like casting Ferris Bueller's Day Off with one Muppet, or with one human, and it would just be Ferris Bueller being a human. Like, that's the first one I thought about. I would do it as Ferris Bueller being the human and every other character in that being
the
Muppet. Like, that's what that is. And when you think about that, all the music you would get from that, that any John Hughes movie. Oh, now you've got me excited. Now, like my brain's moving.
If you do Ferris Bueller, right?
Yep.
Clearly, Sam the Eagle is the principal.
Of course.
Right?
I mean, yes.
It just lends it. It just lends itself to all this stuff. The first one we always start with is Clue.
Okay.
Would be the movie Clue, and who would you? And this has caused massive debates in my family.
So, just so we're on the same page, I want to make sure before you even tell me what happens in your family, it has to be the butler is the human and everyone else is a Muppet, or no?
That is often the debate. And again, because we all would love, if we could, again, we're talking timeless, if you could get old Tim Curry in that role, that would be great. But he's older now. He has some health issues. But yeah, in general, Wadsworth has to be the human.
You got to everything else. Tim Curry died a couple years ago.
No, he didn't.
Tim Curry's dead, man.
No, he's not.
Are we about to have a breakdown on the act? Or on the? He's not.
Tim Curry's not dead. He's 80 years old.
Holy shit. Well, shit. Good. Exciting. So, hey, that's awesome. Now. Yeah.
You need to watch yourself with me. That question. Remember, it's on topic. So, you know, Pop Culture Jeopardy, the new show, Nikki, Quinn, and I, we actually sent in an audition reel for that show to be when they had a 3-person team.
Okay.
And the name of our team was going to be the Eclectic Mayhem. Bringing this full circle. Yeah.
That is amazing, and I'll tell you, the Electric Mayhem, I'm psyched. That is what I'm most psyched for the whole trip. So, yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait.
I can't wait. I can't wait to. I want to get down there for that. Even though I hate roller coasters, I would do it for the Muppets.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of, we brought up Tim Curry. He's obviously
not dead.
Muppet Treasure Island.
Yes.
He was in Muppet Treasure Island, so he has the experience. And I know when we talk about it, one of my favorite things I ever read, and I know when we talk about, do you have a favorite Muppet movie in general?
So I just watched The Great Muppet Caper, and if I'm going to be honest with you, I absolutely love that movie. Them trying
really?
I love that movie, and nobody else likes it, and it drives me nuts that nobody else likes it. But I think it might be one of those things where I watched it so many times as a kid that just became, like, I just attached to it. That being said, the movie that I watch the most often by the Muppets is A Muppet's Christmas Carol. That, to me, that's the best version of that.
That's your one. That's your one.
Yeah.
Because I'm actually a fan of the original Muppet movie by far. I remember seeing it as a kid, very young kid. But my favorite little fun fact about Muppet Treasure Island and Muppet Christmas Carol is each of them basically had one human character. It's what we're talking about. One human with a whole bunch of Muppets.
Yeah.
What I read somewhere was that Michael Caine in Muppet Christmas Carol, he approached the role as he was an actor working alongside other actors. He was not working with Muppets. He was working with actors, and that's how he played it.
Yeah.
Tim Curry approached his role as he was a Muppet in a movie acting alongside other Muppets. And it's really cool if you watch those two. Both are considered favorite Muppet movies by a lot of people, Treasure Island and Christmas Carol. But next time you watch it, pay attention to the human in the movie and how they played the role. But Michael Caine Lewis said, no, I'm going to go in and act like this is normal. These aren't Muppets. These are real actors. And that's why he plays that role with such seriousness. He never feeds into a Muppet bit in the whole movie.
Nope.
As versus Tim Curry, it's constant Muppet bits because he went into it as, oh no, I'm just a Muppet.
Characters.
But again, even in the original Muppet movie, there were a ton of guest stars in that. And if you look at that, it was a late 70s movie. They were getting A-listers. And that also goes to the Muppet Show.
Yes.
Where when the Muppet Show started, if you look at season 1, some of the guests are like, who's this person? By the time they were in their later seasons, that was like a must get. People wanted to be on that show. If you remember, was it 1979-ish? Remember, they got basically the entire cast of Star Wars to show up.
Not to I hope nobody takes offense to this, but that's pro wrestling now. Everybody wants to be a part of the Muppet Show. Everybody wants to be a part of WWE at this point. Yeah. That's Marvel. That's Marvel right now. Everybody wants it. Think about the Marvel movies where all of these celebrities will go under a helmet, go under a mask. They don't care just to get in it. Yeah, that is one of the ways that you get your product moving forward is by bringing celebrities in and showing that they are marks for it too.
The legacy that Jim Henson was creating at the time, that it started off as a silly little project. His Muppet Show spinoff. Remember, nobody in the U.S. would produce it. He had to go to like the U.K. with, I think it was ITV, where they produced it.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, it was just purely because of his love of the craft that all of a sudden you got all of these, just at the time, megastars wanting to do it. You're talking, and again, most people weren't around back then, but go back, you were getting the cast of Star Wars. You were getting Elton John.
Yeah.
Julie Andrews, Candice Bergen, Dom DeLuise, who was huge back then, Madeline Kahn, Gene Kelly. My favorite episode ever of The Muppet Show is the Gene Kelly episode.
Okay.
Roger Moore, James Bond was on it, but
yeah,
Gene Kelly episode. Gene Kelly, famous for Singing in the Rain. It's his all-time greatest part, right? Gene Kelly went to them and said, yes, I'll be a guest star. And Gene Kelly had a reputation for being curmudgeon-y in his later years. And his whole thing was, the only thing I won't do anymore is perform Singing in the Rain.
Okay.
I've done it too many times. And he said this to Henson, the producers. So what Henson, the producers did was they made the entire gimmick of that episode that he won't sing Singing in the Rain. And they lead with it.
Yeah.
Like they lead with it with them setting that they establish he won't sing it.
Yeah.
And then Kermit's trying to get him to do it. Then he and Kermit do a little side thing. And then he and Piggy have a little interaction. And then the last one is they're all backstage. And it's like the show's kind of, stalled. And Rolf is on the piano. He goes, hey, Gene, did you know this one? Do, 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 do. And he sings, You Are My Lucky Star. He sings first. Then Rolf was like, no. How about do, 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 do. He sings another one. And even Rolf was like, wow, I had no idea this vamp went with so many songs. He's like, I give up. I didn't realize this vamp went with so many different songs. And then Gene Kelly says, you know what? It does, but it does go with one more. And he does one half verse of Singing in the Rain. And they basically rebuilt the old Singing in the Rain set. Gene Kelly does one thing, one little half step into puddle, and he walks off stage. But they took the guest star, basically, I won't do this.
Yep.
And turned it into the entire theme of the show. And got Gene Kelly to do it at the end of the day.
If you said to me this story in a bubble and you didn't tell me it was about the Muppets, my first thought would be that's pro wrestling. Like you're 100% right. That's pro wrestling. They had to get him to do what they wanted him to do. He clearly didn't want to do something, and you got to figure out how to make things work. And that's incredible. Incredible.
See, what we should have done for this part of this episode, I should have stepped out for this part of the episode, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
And you probably should have had, a different guest host.
Oh, my goodness.
Hey, everybody. Golden Geeks, here we go. Let's see, where's the camera? Oh, there it is. Hey.
Yeah, you got to find the camera, Kermie. How are you?
Yeah.
It's great to see you.
Oh, sorry, I'm a little raspy. I have a frog in my throat. Thanks very much. The funny, there are stories where, and as I have him here with me, there are stories, and there's an old Tonight Show clip. Let me get myself here. Kermie, all right, you know what? Nobody wants to see me anymore. There's an old thing of, there's a clip on the Tonight Show. I think it had to be Johnny Carson, and Jim Henson's being interviewed, and he has Kermit there, right? So I'll back up a little bit. He's got Kermit like this, and they're both on camera. Here we go. Sorry about that. And they're both on camera, and I challenge anybody to watch the clip. As you're watching the clip, it's very clear Jim Henson's right here doing, yeah, blah, blah, blah. He's talking like Kermit. And what you find yourself doing is you forget he's there.
Yeah.
You start watching the frog. And Jim Henson used to tell stories. And he would tell how do kids react. And he's like, once I start doing Kermit, I'm sitting right in front of them. They don't even notice me.
That's amazing.
All they see is the frog. And when you talk about, not to end on a somber note, but when you talk about, the what ifs in this world, I often wonder, what if he hadn't passed so young?
Oh yeah, no.
You want to break your heart. I remember Jim Henson's funeral, where his wishes, he said, I don't want anybody to wear black. So it was this brightly colored thing. I think it was at St. Patrick's in New York, the church.
Yeah.
And everybody brought their Muppets, and they were feathers. And then there's this one scene where the late Carol Spinney, he just passed away recently as well. He gets up there on the pulpit as Big Bird and sings "It's Not Easy Being Green." Oh. Holy, nobody. 50, it will kill me to this day. I will sob when I watch that. It is when I ever hear Big Bird's voice cracking. Because he's crying, singing, oh my God, that's
trouble. That's trouble. That'll tear you right up.
I will say, I want to ask you this though, because I don't want to end on down. We'll end with a hope spot.
Okay.
Did you watch the new Muppet Show with Sabrina Carpenter?
I did, and I knew we were going to talk about it eventually. I didn't know if we wanted to talk about it today, but I will say, we can have a basic conversation about it. Yeah, I watched it. What were your thoughts right off the bat?
I'm excited that it did so well that there seems to be hope we might get a Muppet Show back for a little while on Disney Plus.
It felt, in the beginning at least, like the original Muppet Show. It
sure did.
Felt much more like a a show that was going to be filled with music and so if it's like the Gong Show to me, at least.
Yes.
That's the way I feel when I watch the Muppets. So I feel like the Gong Show, like I want to watch people come out and kind of screw up and have a fun, chaotic situation.
The Muppet Show, the original Muppet Show, and even the movies, that their best scenes or their best episodes are the ones where the guest just leans into it.
Yeah.
If you watch the old Muppet Show, some of the worst episodes would be the ones where they're just a pure singer on there, because all they do is sing. Yeah. Sabrina Carpenter, she leaned into it. If you watch her concerts, if you watch her clips online, she's a performer.
Yes.
She has a certain gimmick. She has this sassy, sexy gimmick, and she brought it to the show.
I don't think a lot of people understand that about her either. That like that's a gimmick. It's not like that's interesting that you say that, because I've always thought that too, but honestly, I don't think anybody really understands it. That is a gimmick. She's being sexual to be provocative, not whatever.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
No, she created persona. I mean, and that's what I'm saying is with if there was ever a new Muppet Show, just the list of people that could guest star on there. Like I think of Chapel Roan. She's another singer, but she's a gimmick.
Billie Eilish. Billie Eilish wouldn't be a gimmick, but
Kevin Hart would be a great gimmick on there. Mm-hmm. You have so many, as long as you get stars on there or humans on there who will lean into the gimmick, those are the best episodes.
Agreed.
Call me. Hold on, wait. Disney, call me. I have my resume ready. Yeah. Put me in charge of the Muppet. Don't even pay me. You don't have to pay me for year one.
Wow.
Just give me a percentage of whatever we generate. And let me, oh God, I would love to see the Muppets. I see what you have up on the screen.
Wait, hold on. This is an offer that is official. This is an official offer. He's going to send you his resume. We'll get it together. We'll send it over. Yes or no? 1 year. Unpaid. I love this.
Unpaid. I'm on board. I will do it. I was going to call my old friend Bob Iger, but he just retired. We have our Alex Ross Collectors Club box. Has arrived here at the Santa Clarita Golden Geeks studio. So we are going to do some. Let's see what we got today.
Give me.
Did you see the video I posted recently of me unboxing my new Teen Titans cover art?
I did. Very cool.
That I bought.
Very cool.
Yeah, that I bought at the auction. Cheryl loves when I buy expensive things just for social media content for a podcast.
She does.
Fan fan. Oh yeah.
I'm sure that's the kind of thing that she knows she signed up for.
We don't need new patio furniture, Jamie. Go buy a new Teen Titans #3 cover art. All right, so here we go.
I gave you more room.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Is that enough?
That's more than enough.
Okay.
And I can also kick back a little bit.
Yeah.
Like actually moves. Look at that. There, technology. Mm-hmm. I've learned that these unboxing people, I think they prep their unboxing beforehand. But we're not that professional here. All right, here we go.
We haven't started that yet.
Here we go.
We're going to get after that eventually.
All right, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to open up the stuff in these. All right, here we go. So first thing we got this month in my Alex Ross Collectors Club is the CGC graded The Mortal Thor. Ooh. Signed by Alex Ross. See the signature right down there.
Too.
Yeah.
I'm going to move this so that you have more room. There you go.
Perfect. There's Thor and another fella. I'm not as familiar with my Thor. I'm not gonna lie.
Thor and some guy. Yeah, there he is.
Was really kind of hoping for something. Hey, Alex Ross Collectors Club. I try to promote you on our podcast. Maybe send me some DC stuff and we can talk more intelligently.
Tell us.
Right, I see it.
I
see a COA in here, so we got something good.
Watch this. Tell us in the comments who that is on that cover. Tell us all about that thing in the comments.
We got the Marvel annotated book 3 of 4, the Marvels.
Ooh, okay.
All right. I don't know what that is really. Ooh, all right. Here we go. Oh, this is kind of cool. All right. From Free Comic Book Day, we got Secret Wars #0, also autographed by Alex Ross.
Oh, yeah, that's... Wait, okay. Look at the date on that. Yeah, it's Free Comic Book Day, but that's actually really... Can you turn it over? Yeah, I want to see the back there.
Yeah, there's the COA.
Yeah. That's exciting.
That's kind of fun.
You got something very exciting there, Jamie.
Yeah. And then we also got a variant edition of Star Wars Princess Leia #1.
Ooh.
Yeah. Signed by Alex with Luke and his dad on there. Spoilers.
His dad.
His dad. Okay, now hold on. We're not done yet because there's another. We do this, now we do that. Now you get this thing under here with all these warnings to be careful when we open this one. All right, here we go. See, it warns you: prints under this board. Remove before recycling. This isn't just packing materials. Always careful on this one. What do we got in here? So I think this was when, this was the one where, remember I sent you at one point, the Green Lantern one.
Yep.
Seems like we have two in one here. So first we have our larger one, the Immortal Thor.
It means you got lucky again, I think.
Yeah. So we have the Immortal Thor. But then also on the backside, we do have this little mini card of
dude,
Batman. Hey, I got a Batman.
That's a good one too, because that's so I think you got the. Doesn't one person get something every month?
No, those are sketch work. That's
not
a couple months ago.
Okay.
This is just an extra little piece they sent me.
So
that's our
that's
nice.
Our
Alex Rocks. So if you what we'll do is episode 10, celebrate episode 10. Maybe what we'll do is I get all this cool stuff like Thor and some of this stuff. I'm starting to get a ton of these larger ones that I'm never going to use.
Yeah.
We'll do some kind of a contest. We'll do some kind of a giveaway where if you follow us and like us and do all that stuff, you can get something free from the Alex Ross collection. But if you want to collect on your own, go to alexrossart.com and you can join the subscription club. It's a couple of bucks a month. There it is. And you basically just get a mystery grab bag every month. You're guaranteed some autographed items. And so my Alex Ross autograph collection is truly starting to build up. I'm kind of interested about this one, this Marvels one. I'll open that one up later. And you always get a CGC graded one, at least one per pack.
Yeah.
So shout out to the Alex Ross Collectors Club. Small request. Let's get Jamie some more DC content, and I can promote it even better. I've had this puppet. I think I've had this puppet since like 1994. I bought this at the FAO Schwartz in New York City when I was in grad school. And I've had. Wow. He's actually sat atop of like Christmas trees. I remember when my daughter was a baby, like he used to sing to her at night. Yeah. I think if I remember correctly, this was like one of the first like accurate Kermit puppets they ever made.
You know who you got to meet? You got to meet Seth MacFarlane.
Oh, I agree with you.
Like, it's a funny story. He, like, I know you're not a fan of the Orville yet. You will be when you start watching it. But he, in one of the episodes, he's the captain of the ship, and he's got Kermit on his desk, and they laugh. Or the guy like, "Who is that? What is that on your desk?" And he's like, "Oh, it's just a leader I admire." Like it's very much so. Like inspires his people. So yeah,
he'd be another great guest for a new Muppet Show.
I think that he would be fantastic in that role. Yeah.
Did you ever hear his thing on Graham Norton when he does Liam Neeson's Taken speech as Kermit?
No.
No, it's amazing. You have to find that.
I will find
I have a very unique set of skills. When I did one of the props for live auctions a while back, when I did one of the props for live auctions a little while back, I was doing the animation section. They had stuff for Muppet Babies, and obviously when I do these auctions, I vamp and I stall for time. So I broke out the Kermit voice, and the entire place was like. Not the people in charge, but everybody else were like, "Oh my God, the next auction, you should bring the Kermit puppet and have Kermit do some of the auction." I'm like, "Yeah, that'd be great. It'd be entertaining for about 3 minutes until you would just see the COO come running from off stage, just body tackle Kermit out of this, which also would be entertaining for all of us. That would be enough.
Yeah, it would be exciting. I was laughing because I said to myself, when you're doing auctioneering and when you're doing these auctions. People just kind of stumble into that field. Mm-hmm. That's a field where people just go, okay, I'm here now. You don't go to college typically to be an auctioneer, right?
Well, but there are like organizations
There are?
and classes and trainings you can take. I stumbled into it again. I was the Johnny Bravo of Prop Store,
Yeah.
where they needed somebody to do a segment, and they're like, "Oh, let's have Jamie do it." And I happen to be good at it, and now they use me more and more. But no, I think like for the real auctioneers they hire for that weekend is usually two other guys and me.
Yeah.
I think I am like the one Muppet in a human movie there, because those guys, they're like, oh, who's this guy? And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm entertaining.
Well, and they're also workers. Like
Yeah.
I watched on a cruise since we started going on cruises. I started watching seeing a lot of those. I like
Mhm.
to just go to the auctions. Auctioneers are workers. They are working that crowd, figuring out who's who. They're taking notes on you and giving them to other people who will then come around. It's a pretty amazing thing. So yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to maybe in episode 10 when we come back for our get it together a double-digit episode. We'll bring back prop stories because I actually have two new prop store stories to tell on the next episode that will be timely at that point. But also, I know we also have to talk about what we've been watching. I've been remiss. I haven't watched
Same here. We've been
in the last couple
slacking.
weeks.
Yeah, we've been
But
slacking.
we've committed that for episode 10, we're going to catch up on the Hulk Hogan documentary. We're going to catch up on, is it The Miniature Wife, correct?
The Miniature Wife, yes.
And I believe we're both going to see a movie this weekend.
I'm going to see it tonight.
Oh, you want to see it tonight?
Yes, I'm going to see it tonight, and it's He-Man. We're psyched
very
about
excited.
it. I'm very psyched about this. I started reading. You ever read a review of a movie and then like start cussing at the person that wrote the review?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. I've already read a couple of those, so I don't know how it's going to work out, but I know that I am going to be the talk of the town at my theater because I printed something.
Oh, it was not He-Man hair, was it?
No, I did not do the He-Man
God.
hair.
Whew.
I did not, but I did print Castle Grayskull as a popcorn bucket.
Oh, God, Jesus.
So now I can take Castle Grayskull with me. I can have my popcorn bucket. Yeah, what do you think? Anywhere we go, I can take Castle Grayskull.
How long did that take to print?
15 hours.
Really?
Yep. You know, the hardest part about this printing thing is, like, okay, one of the supports didn't work. Mm-hmm. It started to die, and I had to basically manage that for the rest of the time, where I'd keep going in, grabbing all the excess and pulling it out, so that it wasn't going to cause the rest of it to have a defect. Okay. And it didn't cause any defects because I did that, but I can absolutely see how people would get really pissed off really quickly over time at that. I can see how people would get pissed off at that.
So wait, when you say it took 15 hours, like you don't like just set it and forget it? Like,
yeah. Well, typically you do. Okay. But because this had a defect happen in the beginning, I had to manage that. So it wasn't like I was sitting there watching it, but I was definitely more involved than I would have liked to have been.
Okay. So not to feed into your crazy obsession with 3D printing, I think the popcorn bucket's really cool. And obviously the template is made to fit a standard movie popcorn. Like the bucket's going to sit in there.
Yeah, the bucket's going to sit in there. Yeah. Or I can dump it in there. But I made it out of plastic that you can do that with. Food safety.
I have a silly question. Do they make glow-in-the-dark filament as well?
Yes, they do.
Okay.
And glow-in-the-dark filament is toxic as shit. So you don't want to put you don't want to put any food in that, but yes, they do make it.
All right, good to know. Just for future, because as much crap as I'm giving you, I'm going to start asking for some customs. So
I've already got. I mean,
oh god,
I've already got a couple of ideas, sir.
I'm afraid. All right,
I've already got a couple of ideas. One, I mean, I've got a cowl ready for you, like that. I'm going to.
No, we're not going to do any sort of head. You just told me things are toxic. Now you're going to make me headwear.
Well, no, it's not toxic if you don't eat out of it.
Can't we start with like a pen hole? Like what was it like when you used to have to take like an art class and every kid made an ashtray?
I know.
Right? That's what I feel like I'm gonna get. I'm gonna get the 3D printed ashtray.
The neighbor kids love us around here because we have dogs, and you know why they love us, because we're cool and all their parents suck. So they're always outside. and they saw us in the window using this, and they're like, "What's that?" Because they can kind of see up into our house sometimes in the front room. So I told them, and now we have to print them stuff. Like now I'm like trying to print. I got a freaking Kirby that's going to be going. And I keep saying to myself, I need a second printer just because everybody goes, hey, I'm going to need you to print me something. We're going to need a second and a third.
I've known your partner, Melissa, for over a decade. Mm-hmm. I hate to break this to you. Mm-hmm. The next door neighbor kids aren't looking through your open windows to look at your 3D printer. Maybe you need to 3D print yourself some blinds because seriously, you're like,
that's not the room.
3D yeah, okay.
No, that's just our printer office that they can only see in that. There's only one. Listen, no, that's not it.
Yeah,
but yeah, you're probably right though.
That's what they're looking at. Like I said, maybe you should 3D print yourself some blinds and cover up the window.
Well, He-Mania is in full effect. I think we are going to be. Actually, I got to get started. Yeah, I got to get started. I got to get moving. I think the movie is going a little while. So, what else do we got here? I think we're pretty much done with everything we're chatting about here.
Yeah, I think that's it. That's episode 9. We're going to see you back here for episode 10. Don't forget, we are now officially on all of your favorite podcast platforms: Apple, Spotify, Amazon Prime. Do us a favor. Find us on your favorite podcast provider. Give us a like. Give us a follow. Give us a comment. Give us some stars. That's the best way we can grow our podcast. You can find us on all the socials: Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok at Golden Geeks Pod. Give us a follow so you can be up to date on all of our foolishness. We're adding more and more content. I think I can safely say for both of us, now that we know we're actually doing this with some consistency, this isn't just a little side project. Our goal is to grow this project and this podcast. The best way we can do that is with everybody out there listening. So like I said, give us a follow, give us a like, give us a review, and we'll be good to go.
Hey, remember, live what you love and geek out, guys. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next episode.